Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. This is me on the back of the latest Draw with Rob activity book, which is called Fantastic Food. And as you can see, it's full of very cute food-based characters. Stick around to the end of the video and you can have a little look inside that book. Maybe you've seen some of my picture books. You've seen this one. It's called Gigantic. It's about this little blue whale. Smallest blue whale in the whole of the Atlantic. There we go. You can see how small he is compared to the other. These are his parents. Look how small he is. But in the course of this story, first of all he makes a friend with a little turtle called Myrtle, and then he learns. I'm not gonna show you too much. I don't want to spoil it. But he learns that maybe it's not about how big you are. It's about the size of your heart. That's what's really important. What about this one? This one's a bit more of a wintry one. It's called I Follow the Fox. It's about a little boy with a toy fox. One day he loses the toy fox in the park, and then he has this magical kind of nighttime adventure with a real fox who leads him across the fields and across the countryside. And again, I don't want to spoil it too much, but let's just say the little boy helps this fox out, and in return the fox helps the little boy out. I'm very, very proud of that story. But we are here today to do a little drawing together. And this is one of my Draw with Rob episodes that's a special episode, because this is a Draw with Rob Icons episode. Now, icons, these are the episodes where I show you how to draw very, very famous children's characters. So what have we done in the past? We have drawn Mickey Mouse. We have drawn R2-D2. We have drawn Garfield. We have drawn, we did a Pikachu one. We have also done a Grinch episode at Christmas. That was a fun one. And the most recent one is our friend Bluey. There she is. But today we are drawing definitely one of the most popular children's characters, I'm going to say, of all time. Today we are going to be drawing Hello Kitty. Now, you might not know this, guys, but you know as I've just shown you loads of my books, you will know that I'm a children's book author and illustrator. Do you know what my very, very, very first children's book that I ever did was? It was this one. Hello Kitty, Hello Love. And I did all of the illustrations for this book. Look, these guys, I did them all. I'm going to put a few. They've changed. This edition, I think, must be like a later print run, because they changed the colours a little bit from when I did it. But I'll show you some of the original ones I did. Here we go. Look at these drawings. And I did this, a long time ago. I'm going to say 20 years ago, maybe even more, 25 years ago, something like that. And I was very excited to do it because I was asked to do it by a greetings card company, actually, that had the rights to Hello Kitty. So we did this book, and I did do the drawings, but you had to follow very, very strict rules when drawing Hello Kitty. They give you all these kind of guidelines to draw the character and all the various bits and pieces around it. As you can see here, there's a very definite style to Hello Kitty. But it was a really, really super fun job, and I really liked doing it. And do you know what? I kind of forgot that I did it. You can still get that book, Hello Kitty, Hello Love. You can still get it. But I kind of forgot that I did it. And then, many years later, I became a children's author and illustrator for my own stories. But I'm very proud to have done that Hello Kitty book. And so I thought I would show you how to draw Hello Kitty today, because actually she's very simple to draw. Once you sort of know the rules, she's very, very simple to draw and very fun to draw. So what do you think? Should we do it? Should we draw a Hello Kitty? All right. Just in case you've never watched, you might have just stumbled, you might have been doing a search for Hello Kitty on YouTube or something. You might have just stumbled across this video. And if you haven't watched a Draw with Rob video before, I'll quickly explain to you how they work. Lots of people say to me they don't think they're very good at drawing. Right? I'm rubbish at drawing, Rob. I can't draw. I say, that's nonsense. Who's to say that you can't draw? Right? There's no right or wrong answer with drawing. So when people say they don't think they're very good, I say, well, who says you're not very good? It's not like maths with a right and wrong answer. Drawing is all about opinion and subjectivity. So I don't know why you think you're no good. Okay, I will admit some people, they might need a bit of help with the order that we do our drawing in, right? But that is where I come in, because I am going to break this drawing of Hello Kitty down into bite-size pieces, okay? So that means I'm just going to draw a little shape on my piece of paper here. Then I'm going to pause and you're going to copy what I do. Then I will draw another shape or a line, whatever it is I draw. Again, pause me, you draw. Then I draw, you draw. 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 I draw. And before you know it, you will have a lovely drawing of Hello Kitty that you're super proud of. If yours doesn't look exactly like mine, please don't worry, it's not meant to. You're going to naturally put a bit of your own personality into your drawing. That's how drawing works. It's like a fingerprint. Every drawing is unique. So don't worry if yours doesn't look like mine. If you make a mistake, my advice, keep on drawing. Don't screw your paper up and start again. Don't rub it out, just keep on going. Because often those little mistakes, that's what adds personality to your drawings. Right, should we start? You're going to need a piece of paper, you're going to need a pen, you might need something to colour with at the end, but that's it. Let's do this. Right, the very first thing, guys, that I want you to do is a circle. And we're gonna do our circle. Let's do it sort of slightly to the right of centre, about 3/4 of the way up your piece of paper. I want you to draw a circle like that, quite a small one. Now you might be thinking, what on earth are we starting with? Hello Kitty's got this great big cat-shaped head. Well, with drawing, sometimes the best thing to do is draw the things that are at the front first. And if I carry this drawing on, you'll soon see what part of Hello Kitty it is that we're drawing. So to the left of that circle, sort of going up diagonally, I want you to draw a shape like this. So not quite a circle, but sort of an oval with that's sort of going to a point or an end. I'm not being very articulate about this. I'll tell you what, let's draw the other one, the other side, sort of a mirror image, and you can see what it is that we're drawing. It's Hello Kitty's bow. So we're starting with the bow because the bow is at the front of our drawing. We're going to add 2 little semicircles, one there and one there, because that's how we always draw Hello Kitty's bows. As I said, there's lots of rules when it comes to drawing Hello Kitty, so I'm doing my best to follow those rules today. Right, then what I want you to do, now we're going to draw the head, you see. So what I want you to do next is put your pen halfway up this side of the bow, and we're going to draw a great big kind of oval shape. So we're going to come down like this in a nice smooth curve all the way around here like that, and then we're going to go up because the bow is on one side, so we don't want the bow to be too central. And we're going to go up here, and then I think we're going to go round to about there, so we're kind of level with the bottom part of the bow like that, and that is going to be roughly the shape of our Hello Kitty's head. Okay, now we're going to add some ears. We're going to do the one behind the bow first because that's easier to do. We're going to just go up out of the middle of the bow in a straightish line, curve it around. There's not really many sharp, I don't think there's any sharp points on Hello Kitty, it's all curved, and we're going to go off into that section of the bow like that. That's going to be one ear. Then let's imagine that line carries on behind the bow in a bit of a curve first of all, because we've got to do the top part of the head, but then we're going to try and replicate this shape but a mirror image of it. So we're going to go up and to the left to a point about the same height as there, and we're going to curve down and we're going to go around like that. Now I stopped slightly too early there because what we actually need to do is just overlap a little bit with that line. Again, this is how Hello Kitty always appears. Once we've learned how to draw this, you will look at all your Hello Kitty stuff and you'll notice that she never really changes. Just before I did this video, I thought, I'm going to look up some Hello Kitty facts, and I found out some incredible Hello Kitty facts that I had no idea about. Shall I tell you? The first one, I'm not sure I believe this fact, but the first thing that I found that I read, it said Hello Kitty is not actually a cat. She's a little girl. I was like, really? Are you sure? She's got cat ears and whiskers. Are you sure she's a little girl? But that's what it says. You look her up, she's a human little girl. She's even got a name, Kitty White. Can you believe it? She's got parents and everything. Also, I know she's a Japanese character. She was invented by a company called Sanrio in Japan and by a Japanese lady, but she's British. Hello Kitty. Oh, Ringo, what are you barking at? It's because I mentioned cats, I think. Ringo, no need to bark. There's not an actual cat in here. It's just Hello Kitty, and we just established she's not even a cat. She's human, so you don't need to bark. Lie down. Good boy. He's ignoring me. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Yeah, she's British. Apparently she lives in London. The character, I mean, lives in London. Ringo, stop it. I'm so sorry, everybody. So there you go. What about those for some Hello Kitty facts? She's not a cat, and she's not Japanese. She is British. Incredible, isn't it? So there we go, my little Hello Kitty facts for you. Let's carry on with our drawing. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to draw Hello Kitty's nose. Now the nose is right in the centre, widthways, but it's towards the bottom of her face, maybe about, I don't know, 3/4 of the way down. And what we're going to do, so about here, we're just going to draw a little oval shape. She's only got a tiny little nose, like that. And you can see I'm using my brush pen, which is very good for drawing Hello Kitty because she's always drawn with these thick outlines like that. So if you have a brush pen, maybe you can do the same. So there's our nose, and then the eyes are very widely spaced. So our first one is going to be just above the level of the nose, and sort of about halfway between the nose and the edge of the page we're going to draw. Now it's not a circle, again it's a very slight oval, so it's slightly taller than it is wide, these eyes, like that. But a similar size to the nose. And we'll do the other one here. So again, sort of halfway between the nose and the sides of the head. Like that. How's that? If you don't want to try and make them roughly the same size if you can, so I'm using my brush pen just to even them out. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, now another interesting Hello Kitty fact. She doesn't have a mouth. I know, it's funny to think about it, isn't it? But if you look at any Hello Kitty drawings, none of them have mouths. She never has a mouth. And I think it's because she doesn't need a mouth. She doesn't need... There's just love and cuteness emanating from her. She doesn't need to tell anyone about that. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But anyway, she doesn't have a mouth. So we're going to move on to the whiskers next. So the whiskers, 3 whiskers on each side. We're going to do one coming down here. That's a sort of an angle, like that. About that long. We're going to do one slightly different angle. You can see the angle changes slightly, like so. And then the last one is going to go out almost horizontally, like that. And you can see they sort of overlap the outline of the face. Do the same on the other side. I don't want to smudge it. I should have done the others first, actually. Start with the bottom one, coming down at an angle, like so. This one goes out to the slightly shallower angle, oops, and then the last one almost horizontal, like that. And so, you know what, we've done this so quickly, haven't we? So, you know, not that many lines, but instantly we have got a very recognisable Hello Kitty face. She's so iconic, isn't she, as a design? It just works so well. Right, in fact, I've made that whisker a bit thicker, so I'm going to make all of the whiskers thicker to match. So you see, some people, they might think, oh no, that's too thick. I've made a mistake, I'll start again. Not me, I just keep going. And we sort of adapt as we go. We'll just make it all the lines just a little bit thicker, just to kind of balance it all out a little bit. That's the thing with drawing. Always got to be ready just to pivot, change your tactic a little bit. And it's really good with something like Hello Kitty because she's so graphic with such a bold line. With this brush pen I've got lots of room for manoeuvre. Bit of smudging going on there. Lovely. Right, let's make the nose a bit thicker too. Okay, now we're going to draw Hello Kitty's body. So, first thing that we do, just below the eye, we're going to start coming out at an angle, like so. And we're going to curve around. So we start out at an angle and then we gradually get a bit straighter, like that. And then we head down to the bottom, and then right at the bottom we're going to curve around and go horizontally across until we get to the centre point. So right below the nose, centre point, and then we're just going to curve up a little way, about that far. Okay, So we've drawn the side of Hello Kitty's body and one of her legs. And then once you've done one side, you can do the other side nice and easily. So remember, we're going out from just below the eye. We're going to make it symmetrical. So try, if you look at your other side, you can see what we're doing. And you can match up. So we go out, curve around, and then we join up in the middle, like that. And then we'll just make sure, I'm just going to go back around and over the lines to make sure everything's looking nice and even. There we go. So far so good. Make that a little bit thicker in the middle. Okay, now we're going to add a U shape under her chin, which is going to form the top of her kind of dress thing that she's wearing. I think it's a dress. Might be some dungarees. There we go, a little neckline there. And then what we do a line that comes straight across here, just below the top of that middle line there. It goes all the way straight across, like so, to form the bottom part of her dress stroke dungas. There we go. Then we're going to draw each arm. So the first thing we do another little curved line just coming out pretty much from the same point that we started the body. And then what happens is we have a little bump, like so. Then we just curve back around and into the body, like that. For a little hand. Then we've got to try and do the same on the other side. Obviously I've put my hand straight through. Think, oh dear, that was a mistake. Never mind, we'll keep going. We're going to come down, we're going to do a bump like that, and then we're going to curve around into the body. Now I'm going to have to do some clever neatening up here. There we go, look at that. See? Make a mistake, keep drawing. It's going to be what adds character to our drawing. Then what we need to do, a little line across there, and a little line across there for some sleeves. That's pretty good. I'm just going to take my thinner pen to sharpen up a few corners here and there. We do one there, nice and sharp. In here as well, in a little corner. Lovely. They're the only, weirdly, I think that's pretty much the only sort of sharp points on our whole drawing. Everything else is rounded. But using this thin pen, I can go up and into various lines just to neaten it up a little bit. But you don't have to do this. Sometimes I just like to kind of, if I'm feeling like a perfectionist, I might just do this. I'm turning my page now so that I don't do any more smudging. So excuse me while this goes a bit upside down and around to the side. But I'm nearly done. There we go. Lovely. And basically, guys, that is it. This is one of the easier Draw with Robs that we've done, right? She's so simple to draw. And I don't know about you guys, but I find that when I've drawn a character like this, step by step, for some reason it sort of goes into my head and just stays there, sort of locked in my memory, and I can just draw it again and again and again. And Hello Kitty certainly is a nice one to draw again and again and again, because she's such an iconic character, and you can do her in all sorts of different poses, as I can, having written and illustrated. I didn't write it actually, I've illustrated that book. There's a few different kind of poses you can do, and just sometimes just by, you know, drawing a circle where that foot is, it makes it look like she's got one foot up. It's very, very cleverly designed. You don't have to do too much to the illustration to make her look like she's doing something different. So you can experiment with different poses as well. Right, I'm going to go into super speed mode to do some colouring. The thing about Hello Kitty colouring wise is she's very, very easy to colour. It's just flat colours. Usually I do a bit of shading to make things look 3D. We're not going to do that with Hello Kitty. She's very, very famous for just having flat colours. So you can use any colours you want. I'm going to stick to the traditional. I think I'm just going to use two colours here, pink and yellow. Very Hello Kitty. And I will see you back here in about 15 or 20 seconds with a finished coloured in version. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, so there it is, finished, coloured in Hello Kitty. I mean, pretty simple, huh? No messing here. I did use 2 different shades of pink in order to mix them together to get this pink, similarly with the yellow, just to get it kind of the yellow that I wanted. But very, very simple, and I think that's the strength of Hello Kitty, is the simplicity, right? So simple, which means it's super, super iconic, and there's no surprise to me that it's she's such a famous character because she's so simple. She's sort of a perfect design, really. And I probably should tell you this, but I have got 3 daughters, and my middle daughter, her name is Kitty. And I don't think we named her consciously after Hello Kitty. In fact, we didn't, because my wife has a really good friend called Kitty, and we really like the name, so that's why we named her it. But I think in some way, and sort of subliminally, I've always thought Hello Kitty's quite cool. So I thought Kitty was quite a cool name. So yeah, that's why this one is, a really special one for me, because I have a kitty of my own at home, and she is a human and not a cat as well. Can you believe this isn't a cat? I'm sorry, it must be a cat. It's got whiskers. Look, in ears. It is a cat. I think that must be. Maybe I was just reading some kind of joke website or something. Who knows? But anyway, that's how you draw Hello Kitty. Now I'm going to sign mine. Make sure you sign your picture. We need to let everyone know who has created this wonderful work of art. And it's quite a quick one, this one, so maybe you could draw a few different Hello Kitties and draw all sorts of different colour variations, different outfits, that kind of thing, different coloured bows, and have lots of fun making a little kind of Hello Kitty family. That would be fun. Whatever you do, I really would like to see your drawings, okay? The way that I get to see your drawings is if you get your grown-up to take a picture of your drawing, then they can post it on social media using this hashtag #DrawWithRob. That way I will get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, you can just comment below with a picture of your drawing and I'll get to see that too. And I do really love to see your drawings, especially these Draw with Rob icons ones. I really like. It took me a long time to draw other people's characters because I was like, no, I should just draw my own. But actually, I really, really like drawing other people's characters. I say this a lot when I'm giving my talks and doing my events and things. I think you get to really learn by drawing a character that someone else has designed and drawn. You get to sort of see their thought process as you're drawing. And I think it can really help when it comes to drawing your own characters. Certainly sometimes I find that simpler is better when you're drawing. Just drawing dots for eyes can sometimes say a lot more than drawing kind of the whole eye thing, weirdly. So yeah, I've really enjoyed showing you how to do this character. What else can I tell you? Oh yeah, why don't you, if you're watching on YouTube, why don't you subscribe to my YouTube channel? That would be good. And maybe also subscribe to my newsletter. Here you go, just go to this address and click on the subscribe button. That way you get told when I've got a new video coming out, or when I've got a new book coming out, or when I'm doing an event, a show in a town near you. Then you can come and see me, say hello in person, show me your drawings. That would be lovely. But apart from that, I think we're done here. I hope you've had fun. I certainly have. I'm going to be back very soon with another episode of Draw with Rob, probably with another episode of Draw with Rob icons too. In the meantime, keep those pencils sharpened, keep on drawing, keep reading, and take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Everyone, it's Rob here, and I'm just popping up at the end of your video to tell you about this, the brand new Draw with Rob activity book. And this is a very, very tasty one because it's called Fantastic Food, and it's absolutely jam-packed full of deliciously cute characters. So what will you find inside? Well, we have lots of puzzle pages like these ones that you can see here. We have pages where I've started drawings off and you guys have to finish those drawings. We have colouring pages, lots of colouring for you to do. We even have some very cool bookmarks that you can colour in and cut out and then use when you're reading. And of course, we have loads of draw-alongs. Just look at these ones. Super cute, super delicious. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun doing these. Now listen, I'm super proud of this book. I really can't wait for you guys to get your teeth into it. And don't forget to send me any pictures you do based on the characters you find in this book. Right, you've had enough of me now. I'm going to let you get on with your day. You can pick this book up from wherever books are sold, and I really, really hope you enjoy it. See you soon.